from other side, and most of the badges are being minted on Ape Chain, but like for me, I don't know, for me like that there's way more value using base. And so I didn't realize it, but like these badges you're claiming here from CBD, I minted on base. And because most people haven't used that yet, they're super low numbers. They're like, some of you guys got like sub 2000. So if this, if it takes off and it's something where like the ones on Ape Chain are like almost at 100,000 minted so far. So you could potentially get like really low mint numbers. I feel like I'm on a QVC commercial. Like, Rustan, let me pass it back to you. But like I'm so bullish on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it just has like insane potential. And I was telling Dr. Drip this morning. Just last night they dropped the mint the wearable mintables, and I was like, son of a like this is the worst time for me for you to drop it. So I was like playing poker, and I was at the MetaBeast roaming party, and I had like a time limit to go pick up my daughter for Thanksgiving week, and I was like, shit. So like in the middle of doing all this stuff, I whipped up two wearables and submitted them within an hour of um, their release, and I was definitely the first. They were like, "Holy shit, Roostan, that was fast," and like the way they have it set up right now, it's still not like finalized. They were basically asking users to just submit a PNG according to their like documents and lay it out on this like template of how you want it to look, and we'll do the rest for you. And I was like, they gave you everything. They gave you the GLB and everything. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish it and give it to them finished. And so I gave them the completed thing so they don't have to do anything, and made sure that it was up to my specs, because I had like emissions and all sorts of crazy stuff that, because I imagine most of these first newer individually created wearables, not like a team created wearable, are just going to be like a logo slapped on a shirt, which mine is kind of, but I added like some art to it, but an emission. And so I wanted to be good. I wanted to be first. I wanted to be good. Sat there, whipped it out while we were doing all these other things, and submitted it. And like what I was telling Dr. Drip was like, it's crazy because people on other side are asking lots and lots of how-to questions, how to make this avatar, how to make these wearables, how to make this, how to make that. But like Drip and I especially are seasoned pros at it, thanks to Decentraland. Like this stuff is all easy, and like we're so ahead of the game, and like we just have so much opportunity and potential to take advantage of this. And it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we're going on like how many years? 4 years since like 2021. Like I not trying to like inflate our own egos, but like we have a different understanding of what it means to be like a Pope hunter. And like, oh, the bots found it and they're like in. And I mean it like, I think that our knowledge on this is totally different. Like you have to live through it to understand that, like, yes, people will come just for a little proof of attendance token. They will come on your land. And like POAPs are still being sold, like they're, some of them are really valuable.
Yeah, a
um
few people mentioned like there's something about that feeling when you click the button and you hear the success sound and you see badge claim. There's something undeniable about that feeling.
To
That
to t- to tell you the truth, Arustan, I would add that it's even better now because it's like it doesn't have that capca, but or
yeah,
captcha. But
I'm
even though
very
that was like
anti
for
captcha.
defense.
I'm very anti captcha, honestly. From the experiences that we've had in Decentraland, I have some bot protections um, built in. I had MGD hack the crap out of it and give me some advice on what to add, and so I added it. I'm not 100% sure that stuff works, to be honest, but it's implemented. And I could have added a captcha, and I was like, no, I don't want to add a captcha. I hate captchas, and they seem to always cause problems. And I'd rather the user have a good experience over like people claiming too many. But and like that's one of the things to combat that is to limit the amount of mints. So currently I've been like letting Canessa and Miguel Amargo and make know, like, I know you give out 30 to 50 badges. I would max it at maybe 200, maybe 125, maybe 200 in case someone comes in and claims them all. I want to make sure that like there's still enough for the people that actually deserve them, you know. But I also have to be careful not to make that max limit too high because OP pays for the transactions, and that was the thing that Pope hated about Decentraland was we would have so many alts coming in and claiming thousands and thousands of badges, and they were paying for all those transactions out of pocket. So then they started giving us less amount of popes, which ultimately just killed our desire to use popes in Decentraland because like we were never given enough. Like I would give away 500 to 1800 popes per event, and towards the end there they would only give me 25, and I was just like, okay, I'm not going to be using you anymore, thanks.
Were POAPs on Ethereum blockchain or Polygon?
No, it was a different one. Let me look real. I don't know if I have it on my phone anymore. It was like it wasn't. I don't think it was Die. It was this other network. I forget what it was.
Yeah, you're right. I can't remember because like yeah, one time I minted a pope. Never doing that again.
Yeah, how much did you spend on that?
Like it was
Right.
different times back then. Like in like in Web3 dilation, it would be like the 80s where all the cocaine was. So like there was a lot of cocaine, and I paid $300 in gas fees. That yeah, for to mint that.
Oh
Oh,
damn! I see Jim Cedric here, man. I don't think Jim. I don't think you've claimed a badge yet. You need to get your butt in there and claim some badges. There's one at CBD right now. There's one at Casa Rustan. There's one at Vox Boards. I believe actually for the next 30 minutes, the MetaBeast roaming party one is still live. So you have a chance to get early on some of these badges. Any of you that haven't claimed it yet.
I was thinking of like the best way to make a list because if it's in the channel in CBD, it can get buried. But maybe I'll just do that like where I don't know,
Well,
it'd
I
be kind
think
of
the
cool.
best way is the community within world, right? Like you
Yeah.
can post. Of
But then
course,
you've
like
got to
doesn't it like go away?
be
Don't
in
you have to
world.
be in world to see
Yeah.
the comments or something like that?
Yeah. And maybe that's cool. Like maybe that's maybe that just limits it. Let's see. Athanasius said, I asked like, is it just a cool badge to like look at stuff? And like the part that I'm like the most excited about is that now like I love doing surprise drops. Like I love even like I don't tell my closest friends like, guys, you might want to buy this one, and then they buy it and I'm like, phew, I don't have to be like having that awkward conversation later like, I'm sorry I didn't give you alpha. But like I love dropping unexpected surprises, and so now I can just like make an emote, make a wearable. It could be like next month for Music Fest, or it could be like 6 months from now or 5 years from now, and I can just drop it to everybody that has this badge. Everybody that was here today for this like special, it's the first one that CBD has made, so obviously that it's gonna be more special than others. And I think that is like where NFTs really could have so much value in like the bigger picture. Like, if I have a Taylor Swift OP that I got from her concert, and then in 5 years she rewards me, like that would just be insane. So I definitely want to make a use case of like, you hold this, I will give you cool stuff. Or
Well,
maybe early access or like, stuff like that.
even cooler than that, I haven't talked to Drip about this yet, but what he built for the hackathon, the burn to mint setup in world, which is like the coolest thing ever. You can apply the badges to that contract. So basically, if you have certain badges in world, click this button, and then you can mint this wearable the way that Dr. Drip is set up. Like it's such a powerful opportunity for Dr. Drip, and I believe Dr. Drip open sourced the code that he built to do that. Of course, like it's overwhelming just to think about how to implement it. But I would love to see Drip just take that and run with it, with his brand.
That would be awesome because it's like basically a different way to do a wearable dispenser. Like if you want to have stuff on your land, like don't have the technical skills to put in a wearable dispenser, but I got this. So like maybe that's the trade-off where like it's just a little bit different than just giving somebody a wearable, but maybe I want them to have this and like see it on open page. Like if you guys haven't seen it yet, like I think actually like the UI, the page, like open page, the website is so cool because you can look at all your stuff, you can start seeing your badges kind of collect, and then
Yeah,
I can like reward people. You get 10 CBD badges, I'm gonna send you an exclusive item. Like dang, like why not?
yeah. The more I like explore that website, the more blown away I get. There's so much that, like, if like I own a couple clones, and like you can go in there on your profile and you could set your profile to show the PFP, and in some cases the 3D um, asset that's attached to the NFT, and you can just click 3D and the clone shows right up. And I know that, like, I think Cool Cats does that. That certain collectibles do that. But more importantly, just the potential of that. Like if you were to create a new collection, you can set yours up to do that. And what's like, for those that don't know, like clone files are like the highest possible quality, like crazy triangles. They're meant for 3D rendering, not for like avatar gameplay. So you have to like optimize the crap out of them to get them into like Hyperfire or something. So just the fact that they have these 3D assets loading on their website without any manipulation is insane. And like the clone community's been trying to do that for years, and it's just like it just demonstrates how much the OP founders know about what they're doing and where they're aiming to go, and it's very exciting. And since I've created the Spencer, I've been able to have a dialogue with them because they were like, like I said, I didn't ask permission to do this. I just took what they offered and ran with it, and they noticed, and then we connected, and they're just super excited. They're like so excited they want to get like their OP avatars into Decentraland. So I'm teaching them about linked wearables and all sorts of things and how to do it because they're big believers in interoperability. And but they know everything that I know and beyond. Like they've been around Hyperfy, they've been around Vipe. They're clearly using things that Vipe was building. They have like their OP avatars that you can get. You can change what shows up on their face, so you can put your PFP on the face of this avatar that they have, this default avatar that you can also change the clothes of. And that's like Vipe did that first. They did that for Azuki, so they created these VRMs with just Azuki PFPs on the faces, which I always laughed about. I always made fun of Azuki for not having avatars, but like they pay attention and they've implemented all the good things about what anybody's done in the last 3 years, and they continue to build and push and innovate, and it's pretty exciting. Like the badges are just like one little um like row on the totem pole, and it's super powerful, but that's like not even the best part of the site.
Well, I think it's awesome, and I think it's cool just to see, just to have like cross pollination with the other side community. Like I'm looking at some of the badges there, and it's really cool. Like it's really cool just to see what they're doing in world, or like some of these badges are just open, like ongoing. Like they're not on time. Like I've made mine 24 hours just to kind of keep it like a closed window. But theirs I think are like ongoing. And then you said there's one that's like the community, the other side community. And so I I love that you did this without asking permission. Like I'm definitely like, you can ask permission or ask forgiveness. I'm definitely a ask forgiveness, like just
Yeah,
do the thing.
always.
And
That's
then
how
I
I've
think
always
especially
been.
because like Decentraland, it's user owned and operated. Like we don't need to ask him or Dana to go start a
Yeah,
community on OP,
yeah.
and like they could support us, they could say no, but like it doesn't matter. I mean, I think that's the thing that like we degens love the most. Like
Oh, and I don't know if you realize this. There's this like other part to the site. It's like portals. Let me look at the URL. Portal.op.xyz/badges. And if you have an OP pass, you access that site and it gives you like full analytics of the badges you've dropped and the communities that you're admin of and stuff. And so you get to see like, and you can download all the wallets of all the people that have collected and get like all sorts of info. But it's funny because let's say like your CBD badge that you just dropped, you can see that people have opened the badge on OPXYZ and are unable to claim it. You can see people that have tried to claim it but can't claim it. You can see that there are people on OPXYZ that are botting OPXYZ, but they couldn't get the Decentraland badges because you have to go into Decentraland to get them. You can't get them on the OPXYZ site, and so there's like you'll see the list of names like claimed, 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 pending, 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 and all the pending ones are just people trying to get it that can't get it.
Oh, that's insane. That's funny. I mean, like these Decentraland numbers will be kind of like low, they'll just be like 20, 30, 40 of them at a time. And so I wonder how long until they're like, we got to go over there and get them. And then, like, again, because the ones that, like, personally, I'm choosing to use base just because I think base is, I don't know, just better. Like, not better, I just don't really want to put them on Ape Chain. And so the base ones are like under 2,000, like they're numbered 2,000, and like the ape ones are almost 100,000. So if you get the ones at least that like Cantina and CBD puts out, those will be base and like super low mint. So if OpenPage does any kind of like collab with base someday, these could be like super low numbers out of like millions and millions.
This area is certainly a tough call which to go with. I think I set up the first Decentraland badge as Ape only because of Ape being the priority right now. It really is a tough call. I also prefer base over Ape. I mean, it's the Coinbase coin, like Coinbase is like one of the biggest setups. So it really is tough. I would definitely prefer base too. But like I've done some on base, some on Ape, and that's one of the questions that I'll ask you if you guys set up a dispenser and want to have a badge. It'll be, do you want Ape or base?
Yeah, I could see where Ape fans might be like that. They might not be interested at all for the ones on base. Like there's obviously way more interest in the ones on Ape Chain, just based on the numbers, but I don't know. Scalability and I don't know. Like it just seems like the right one, but who knows? I could be wrong. Like maybe there's people that would want it because it's on Ape Chain, but so if people are like, I know there's been a few people that are ready to like get theirs set up, and I know you help me, Miguel, make an NFT. So I guess maybe like first step, claim your badge, get your OpenPage profile like set up, and then I guess step 2 is like talk to Rooston, buy Rooston a coffee.
Yeah, today I'm going to be out and about. Tomorrow I'll have a little bit more flexibility. I'm going to try to get those tutorials done to help you get set up. I'm happy to go on a DM call to set it up, but this week obviously is going to be kind of crazy with Thanksgiving and stuff. But yeah, I want to get everybody that really wants to do it set up as quickly as I possibly can. So I'm going to try to make that as easy as possible for everybody.
You just scared everybody because nobody here remembered that it's Thanksgiving this week. Or maybe I'm just talking to myself. Or like, oh shoot, it's the 22nd. Oh, I better buy a turkey or something. We're getting into dangerous territory. I gotta let that sucker thaw for a few days. But no, I think that would be awesome, and I think, yeah, I think it's pretty simple. I think it'd be cool. My brain was already thinking about like different things you could do to the machine, like, yeah, like just like you could make it some cool stuff, like make a little claw in there, I don't know, like I over engineer everything. Like, well, then when you push the button, the claw goes down and grabs the little thing. It comes. So I'll just stop. I don't have to do that.
That's
Like,
a cool idea.
or maybe I could do like a separate animation that's just like totally unrelated to the machine that happens to be right there, and it's like I don't know. So Sin, when are you gonna put one on your land?
On one of my many spots. Rustan mentioned earlier that right now the floor price for one of those is like 260. I'm considering.
You
um,
you don't need the pass to put it on your land though. Like we got the pass, and that's cool for other things, but
Yeah. So don't misunderstand me. So in order to get it into Decentraland and have your own community, you need to have the pass. But I bought the pass and created a Decentraland community and created the API server because you would also have to create your own API server. Right now, Canessa and Make are using mine, which is fine. I don't care. Hopefully, it doesn't end up costing me a lot of money. I don't think it will, but I'm learning this stuff now. But basically, everything I did is like on top of owning the pass. But I was like, well, I have the ability to create the Decentraland community, but that means you kind of have to go through me, which is kind of like a little bit of a pain in the neck.
yeah,
But it's like we have this community. I'll try to get it set up as easily as possible and get this, working for everybody. But basically, I'm saving users the need to pay 250 plus dollars, um, but that makes it a little bit more complicated, but it also makes it easier because you don't have to set it up. But more importantly, it keeps these badges in a specific Decentraland community that can all be referenced together, which is really cool.
uh, okay. No. The reason why I was thinking like the badge route was kind of you kind of did explain it like the like having to go through you. Like I'm thinking of like a world where Rustan gets so popular because all the apes are aping into Rustan, and then I'm like, hey, maybe I should like set up my own to lighten Rustan's load. Uh,
Well, so Canessa has an OP pass. So the CBD is its own community with OP pass. So you have that option right there. I have my Rustan community. Make has his own OP pass. Stony has his own OP pass. Like the people that were like really bullish about OP at the time of the OP pass drop, I was like, yo, you guys probably should consider getting this. And then literally like 5 hours after I recommended it to them, they lowered the mint number to 500, and they had like 660 left before they sold out. And I was like, yo, you guys, it's gonna sell out. So think about this, And so they snatched them up, and so they have their own community separate from the Decentraland community, which is fine. It's totally cool. But they have the ability to help you guys mint, and they can create more communities too. The one thing though that they don't have is the API server, which I'm letting them use mine to do it, which is totally fine. So people with like dev knowledge or vibe coding experience that can figure it out, and have a server can totally do that themselves too. Like I see like MGD, like I would love to see Toxic become um, an admin of the Decentraland community, and then MGD jump in there, and he can probably set up his own server easily and make it like 20 times better than my setup is for sure. And I would love to see that happen, and have people like him sort of take over and do like amazing things with it.
Yeah, and like if one person does it or two people, because I didn't even realize Make and Stony have been doing this for a while. Like, I would see them post about badges, but I'll just be honest, like it didn't have enough value for me to like go. I've never been into popes. Like, oh, I gotta go get that pope. Like, I just go and support my friends, but I, don't know. I don't know. I would just not collect stuff. Um, but like, so if just a few people do it, that's one thing. But if more people are like putting value into this and making it valuable, like, I just go and support my friends, but I don't know. I would just not collect stuff. Um, but like, so if just a few people do it, that's one thing. But if more people are like putting value into this and making it valuable, like, I just go and support my friends, but I don't know. I would just not collect stuff. But like, so if just a few people do it, that's one thing. But if more people are like putting value into this and making it valuable, like if you hold my pass, I'm going to send you something. That's basically like what I'm implying in so many words. um like then there's like real like extrinsic value. It's not just like, oh, it's cool to have this on my wall, but like there's some real cool stuff. And then I mean, like the gamification of this, like in Decentraland, is just insane. Like I could put it in my escape room, where then if because like probably nobody's gonna come and do, a little simple one parcel escape room. But like now, if you have like if there's a OP badge in there, then it might be like, okay, I gotta find the badge in the room, or like simple parkour. Suddenly, it's like it just makes it easier. Like that parkour I did behind Cantina, the best way that I could gamify that was to put an image that said, hey, take a picture with this image, tag me on X, and I'll send you an emote. And like that's like the most technical I could get. And now to be able to just throw an OP up there, like seriously, guys, seriously, this is gonna change this is gonna make it fun again. I mean, God, like I should put one on the top of the lighthouse, or like somewhere that you can't get to it and you gotta figure it out. It just thank you, Rustam, for doing this. Like I know the badges existed, but you brought back so much with this.
I have this, like, I don't know, when I see a clear path, I dive in hard. I think I've done that, several times in Decentraland with various things. I just go when it's like clear as day in my head, and I see how possible the potential is. I go after it really hard, and usually, I mean, I think I have a relatively high success rate. I mean, the thing that, like, the grander vision that I see, which may be less possible but is possible, is like I would love to see Decentraland Foundation take notice and turn that unofficial badge into an official badge community, and I would love to be able to hand that off to them. So the OP pass is the middle tier of OP. There's a bigger tier. I think it's called Enterprise or something like that, and it doesn't list the price, but that's for like a more serious setup, and gives you like way more power and abilities, and like, but the OP pass tier is really great for what we need right now, and but that's like $250. Like, why doesn't the Decentraland have an OP pass at least, and like take charge of this? But like, they could easily just grab the Enterprise, whatever that cost is, maybe drop a couple grand, and have like 5 years of Enterprise or whatever, and get these badges locked in, and then have the best devs really fine tune it and make it better than I ever possibly could, and run the official badge community, and then drop that shit in the Metaverse Music Festival and watch us shoot to number one on the leaderboards instantly, with this in-world claim. Like that's like that's doable. Will they hear it? Will they apply it? Do they need that? Do they need to partner with OP? In my opinion, as it is today, yes, because of the hype created by Bored Ape Yacht Club with Other Side, and the hype that I'm seeing within Other Side over badges. People are like souped to get badges the way we were souped about popes in 2021, and so, like, I think it's valuable to collaborate with this site, but that's just like a out of reach vision that I see that is achievable but may not happen. But as far as like us as a community taking advantage, that's 100% easy domination right there.
Yeah, and I think that like there's a benefit. Like obviously Decentraland could just do this in world. They kind of already did. They did the badges, and you can get badges for doing different milestones, but like those are just cosmetic. Like they're cool. You can, like, if you, at the rare chance that you look at somebody's profile and you see their badge, you're like, wow, that person built in, last night there was somebody at the party that was a builder in 2020. And so it's like, that's cool. But I think that there's value, like you said, of partnering with an external third party service like this, because it's not just like keeping it siloed in isolation. Like, yeah, we have badges, we're in Decentraland, it's cool for like the 30 daily active users, but like when you partner with somebody like this that is in other side, there's people doing Nifty Island in there. Like this is really what we need to do is like go, like lateral, like go out to different communities. It's like a little bee carrying the pollen away from the hive. Who cares if all the pollen is in the hive? Like we need to get that pollen out there. Because there's things that those other metaverses like are doing that we, that are awesome. Like we'd probably go there and have a good time. There's things that we're doing that they might, want to come in and have a good time. And like I think you're right in like breaking down the siloed like barriers where it's not us versus them. And this is such a good way of being like this is like, I don't know, it's just us versus us. Like it's just all of us. Whoever's got an OP badge, they're probably pretty damn cool. They're into the metaverse. They're into like virtual worlds. They're into NFTs in a time where Bitcoin is like drowning. And so, if you're here right now, I don't know, you're pretty freaking cool, and you have some diamond hands. That's all.
The other thing, probably the last thing I want to say, because I have to actually head out, which sucks, but like over these last few years, before Web3, I did spend a bit of time trying to learn marketing for my own artwork and understanding how that all works. It's hard to be an artist, but you have to learn how to like market yourself, right? And like most artists suck at that, and I spent years trying to figure that out, how to make things go viral, how to sell products, how to build a website to sell product, things like that. And then when Web3 hit, that all changed. And I was watching a lot of people try to apply marketing tactics from Web 2 into Web 3. And to me, it didn't work. To me, it was like I could instantly smell the desire to make money. And that was the priority, and that was, for me, it was a major turnoff. What I was quickly figuring out in Decentraland, especially, was the more you give, the more you get, but you have to give without expecting to receive. And I was just excited to be able to like share my stuff, and people were excited about it, and then people were just buying my stuff because they loved the work, they loved my aura or whatever, I don't know, like they were happy to support this creator in Decentraland who was just like throwing fun parties and having a good time. And it was clear to me that it was about giving, like the more you give, the more you get. And I was like, wow, this is great. This feels good. This feels right. I don't feel like some sort of sleazy car salesman. It's like I'm just doing what I love, putting it out there, and people are like giving back. And I was like, this is cool. And I was like, this feels like how you're supposed to market stuff. And badges, hopes are like a great way to market for almost nothing, for almost free. Yeah, I paid $250, but like I saw like I could make that back pretty easy. I actually messed up because the market was crashing. Whenever the market's down, I usually pay cash instead of using my bag to buy things, and I accidentally bought $2,700 in ETH instead of 270. So now I'm hoping for that to come back up so I can recoup that. But now I sidetracked myself. But basically, this is a great way to market Decentraland by giving, and that's what I'm going a little ape shit, saying, hey guys, there's a badge at this coordinate, go grab it. There's a badge at this coordinate, go grab it. It's an early number. Like it's legitimately potentially a valuable early thing to mint. If Bored Ape Yacht Club and OP continue to make this bigger and bigger and keep the hype alive, which they're very good at doing, these badges are rare and unique, and like some of them only 14 people have right now, and those numbers are going to go higher and higher, and they're going to promote Decentraland in the best marketing way that I think you can. So it's good to like remember that, like, it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about Decentraland. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, totally. And we don't know what the future is going to bring, but like, I think I think it's safe to say that like Rustam, you you've always like I think that you've introduced people in the circle, Decentraland, to things that have changed our lives. Like obviously Hyperfi. Not saying that some of us did everything right. Some of us just like cry a little bit, but the potential is there. That's on me. I don't know. That's just why I feel like WWRD. What would Rustan do? And like if you're seeing something and you're bullish on it, like I have told myself in the past, like I'm gonna pay attention. And to be honest, I didn't know what the heck I was buying. I just like literally bought it because you you were like excited about it.
Yeah,
And
that's a that's a scary thing for me. Like I definitely,
I know.
always not financial advice, but like when I feel like this, and I like go after it hard like this, I'm usually not wrong. I'm not saying that I won't be wrong, but there is for sure something here of some tremendous value. It may not be financial, it may be just the marketing thing. It may be helpful to Decentraland, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it already. Like today in the Decentraland help section, somebody from I think Shifi is asking about where do I claim the new Giglon badge. Like Miguel just
Yeah.
made the badge, it's not even live yet. But this person's already figured out that you can see the badges before they're dropped on OPXYZ, but he didn't put the location because he hasn't decided where to put it yet. So it's like I'm already seeing the fever starting only a week after we started doing this, and like the potential is insane. And this time, I mean, yes, I run the Decentraland community. I would love to be able to hand that off to the foundation. Like this time, it's ours. This time, this badge, this Pope badge, belongs to Decentraland. It doesn't belong to Pope XYZ, which has since cut ties from Decentraland. And this wonderful thing that once existed is now gone. This is here, and it's ours.
And I think that's really the way it has to be. Like it, I don't know. Like yes, it'd be easy to pass it off to foundation, but at the same time, like we things that the foundation has done, and so like this is on us to like either carry it or let it go, let it, like this is the way it should be. Like we have the power. We're not spring chickens anymore. Like we know, like we have enough past prior knowledge to know like, okay, this has value to us. And so like personally, like I'm more excited about Decentraland than I was a week ago because I go and I check and there's no new wearables, like there's nothing new, like it's like, all right, what's happened? Like twiddling my fingers when the next thing that's going to happen. But this is like, oh, but I could go claim Miguel's OP and I can make another one for mine. So.
And what's cool is now I'm having dialogues with the founders, and they are down with interoperability, and they're already thinking of like, okay, how can we put things into Decentraland, and like there's got to be a way to where we can connect OP to the wearable marketplace and then start minting, directly to Decentraland wearables, so like that those are conversations that can happen in the future, and I think they're really apt to listen to what I have to say to them, which is really cool. And so I don't know, it's just really optimistic. The potential is really optimistic. I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see what happens, right?
For sure. Well, I think I'm going to airdrop a special email before Music Fest to anybody that collects the badge today. So, like, I'll just put it out there. If you get this badge, you get something cool. Nobody else will have it. It'll be special. So there. I don't know. Like that's like if that's not enough, yeah. Like I think we're so lucky, and this kind of came at a really good time, Rustan. Like we've been talking about POAPs. Like I think we had a long conversation here at CBD a few weeks ago about POAPs, and it's like this just kind of fell into our lap at a really good time, and yeah, like you creating this like couldn't be better.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like I was like you regarding OPXYZ when Stony and Make were first dropping it. Because for me it was like go to a link, enter a code. And I was like, okay. And Stony has been playing at Casa Rustan, and we've been promoting his badges for like 25 weeks now. And then people would ask me like, I can't get it to work. What am I doing wrong? And I had no idea because I didn't know anything. About OP. I was just like hosting the party, and then I started to look into it a little bit, try to learn about it, figure it out. How could I get this into Decentraland? Because Stony has the community. There's a way to like you get a little one-time spending money to add something cool to the event, and so I was like, well, let me see about how possible it is to get dispenser in Decentraland. And so I started researching that. And before this OP pass, it was like $25 a month. And I was like, damn, that's too expensive. Like, I'm not going to pay $25 a month just to get the badges in Decentraland. And then they switched it to the OP pass. But the OP pass also has all these other benefits, early limited wearables, their avatars, and all sorts of crazy stuff. That I actually bought it for the benefits, and then realized it unlocked the API for me, and I was like, holy shit. And so then I like jumped in as fast as I could to figure it. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off, honestly. I was like, Cursor, here are the docs for the API to set up a dispenser, and can we do this? He's like, yeah, certainly, just do this, blah 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 blah. And then I was like, okay, let's try it out. And literally in like 2.5 hours I minted my first badge in Decentraland, and I was just like, holy shit. And so then, over the course of a week, I fine-tuned it and stuff. But like the last time I had that feeling about like, I know that OP exists and somebody's telling me about it, and I'm like sort of not really that interested. The last time I felt like that was when Toxam from Polygonal Mind was interviewing me about Casa Rustan when they were doing their tours. They used to do these tours around Decentraland, and so they had me on their channel, and I think he heard like my excitement and knowledge about the metaverse, and he was like, have you heard of Hyperfi? And I was like, no. And I didn't care about it until I explored it. I didn't care about it in the same way that I didn't really care about OPXYZ. But Toxam, if anybody doesn't know Toxam, he's like one of the best metaverse creators ever, and he created Vipe and all sorts of cool stuff. And he asked me about Hyperfi, and it's funny because like this exists on YouTube, the interview, and it's funny just to hear me before I was a Hyperfi maxi. And then I think Morph brought it up, and Lastrum brought it up, but none of us had really investigated it. And then one day I saw a Hyperfi world on the floor for like super cheap. I snatched it up, and then I was like, oh, I'll just go check it out really quick. And within 5 minutes, I was just like jaw dropped, blown away, and like I couldn't believe my mind. I was like, where did this come from? This is the future. And that feeling of like going from like not knowing, being sort of like not caring about it, and then realizing the potential, I haven't had that feeling until I really looked into OPXYZ, and it's very similar. Hyperfi to me is still like the greatest thing on earth, but OPXYZ, the team behind it, the things that they're building, what they're implementing, it's like top notch stuff, and I'm pretty bullish on it. And so far, everyone that I've talked to, they're really good people, really, really good human beings, which is very important to me. And I'm excited about it.
Well, can we like take recordings of you like poo-pooing Hyperfi and just like mint that into an NFT? Send it to you, or I'll make a badge. I'll be like,
well, I've never poo-pooed Hyperfi.
Okay.
I think in that interview I was just like, no, what is that? No, I haven't heard about it. And I think like I probably don't say it and you might not even be able to hear it in my voice, but in my head I'm just like, I don't care about Hyperfly. Decentraland is the only thing that exists. you know?
Hey,
Which a
there's
lot of
nothing.
people are guilty. We're all guilty of that. Like what even like Nifty Islanders are guilty of that, and other siders are guilty of that. At some point in our metaverse careers, we're guilty of like thinking that's the case, and that is not the case with Hyperfly and OPXYZ. I mean, OPXYZ is way better than Pope, way better than Pope. Um, so yeah. But with that said, I actually have to go. I have to
Okay,
leave. So.
we'll let you go. Thank you so much for everything, for getting us into this, for helping, for doing it for free, and I don't know, like I'll buy you a coffee next time I see you or something, or I'll be like,
We are good, Kanessa, and
I
we
know,
know
but I think I owe you a few coffees. I'm gonna be
chocolate
like,
milk.
bring this just
Chocolate milk.
jug from Starbucks. I'll be like, this is all the coffee I owe you.
I don't drink coffee. Chocolate milk.
Okay, well, yeah, okay,
And I'll
that,
never turn down chocolate milk from anybody. So that's how
okay,
you can kill me if you want me.
well,
Poison with chocolate milk, I'll drink it.
okay, 12-year-old.
uh,
I'll
or
listen to
am
the
I
recording
12
of
for
this afterwards.
laughing?
So if I miss anything, like feel free to hate on whatever and I'll hear it. Catch you guys later. Have fun.
Thank you. Be safe. Have a good day.
Bye. Love you,
Uh,
Rustan. It's always awesome having Rustan up and chatting it up with him. And I mean, I learned so much about the other page just now, and yeah, I'm kind of bullish. Like, I mean, even though you guys are telling me it's like no need to get the badge, I'm over here like I should have a badge just in case. Like, just in case. It's good to have multiple within the organization. um,
yeah, that's kind of why I just was like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I don't know what I'm buying, but I've spent more money on stupider things, and so why not? Like, I'll see what happens. And I mean, it's cool. Like, I don't have to keep bugging Rustan to like, I want to make a CBD community, and I want to make a La Cantina community, and maybe I want to make a community for my cat. Like, I don't have to bug him for that. But I think but then I'm also like now, like, oh, but there's power if I was actually going to put all these badges into the Decentraland community. Like, that would boost the Decentraland community. So maybe I'll like release some badges through them, like not through them, but through that community, so that it kind of like there's I think 3 badges on there now, maybe 4. um
I mean, would it be kind of possible to have maybe like think about having two simultaneous
you
badges,
could, yeah.
one for the CBD and then one for like let's say that the Central Land community, and then one could be one that could like easy to find, and then the other could be like you have to go through this parkour to get to it, or
Yeah,
you need to figure out the secret code and only Sinful knows it.
well, that's what like MetaZoo used to have. Do you remember like their popes? They
Yep.
have like the main, like the regular one, but then they had the VIP popes. So like I was, because I bought my little special shoes, and I was so happy. Like I got to grab the VIP pope because I had their wearable, which is like great marketing. It forced me to buy more digital wearables because I wanted to have that POAP. But yeah, there's 3. I think 3. No, actually, wait, there's more than that. There's 4 badges available through the Decentraland page on OP. There's the Giglons, which is not, well, it says it's live, so I don't know. We're gonna have to hunt that one down. There's the first official Decentraland one. There's the Vox boards, and then there's the Woodies. So it's so nice because you can set like when you want this to go live, which is why I kind of messed it up last night. No, I messed it up for a couple different reasons, but I can say like I wanted it to go from 9 o'clock last night to 9 o'clock tonight, so it's a 24-hour mint window. And you can see on here on the Decentraland OP page that like Rustan made the Woodies badge, that it starts in 2 days, 9 hours, and 47 minutes. And so that's how you can like see people's see them coming. um yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I feel I Sorry guys, I'm just excited. Like, there hasn't been much It's like the most exciting thing that's happened for a little while. So if we sound like a paid promotion, sorry, we have not been paid by OP. It's the other way around.
CBD has not been paid by OP. All OP credit goes to OP, other page, and Rustan. Rustan is the best, and we should all worship him. Dr. Drip is my homie, and I love Mariana, and I love M and Toxic. That is our like underlying voiceover.
Yes. Yes. But we should all like, it'd be awesome is if Ruston got like a percentage. Well, there's no money involved, so I guess we can't. But like, I don't know. Like I personally I think it's cool, and I think it'd be cool if we could pay Ruston a little bit. Like I don't like I said, buy a coffee or somehow he's gonna
you,
like get tired if he's like doing all this for us.
you know what a freaking gem Rustan is, because like, okay, let's talk about
Yeah, I do.
looking back, like maybe 2021, Decentraland 2021. Like if any person figured anything out about anything, they would gatekeep the shit out of it and charge you like $2,000 to have access to it. Like I mean, I can think of like, some thing, like, like POAP dispensers that you had to pay for just to have the access to the API of it, which I mean, this is what we have now today with these OP badges. We had Rustan, unlock the API through his badge.
Yeah, I mean it is really cool. Like he could totally do that. I mean, it would be really easy to like uh gatekeep this and be like, nope, now you gotta come do this, especially with like community lead incentive, like different things like that. And I don't know, it just seems like that's that's not where we're at right now in the cycle. Maybe when crazy numbers come back, it'll, that kind of like mentality will come back. But I think right now, I don't know. I don't think we're there. I think the we should just be happy to have anybody, come in and visit. Um, One thing I did want to say about it, because I've had two people, Oddjob and Doc, both say it's on optimism. It's so funny that it's like OP and optimism is OP. The optimism chain has nothing to do with optimism. It's like poor branding on that part. But yeah, so it's not there. It's on Ape Chain and Base. And yeah, so I'm
POAPs, or I mean, ops are here. POAPs are out. Ops are here, or OAPs are here.
I special ops. How's that? Special ops.
Special ops. Oh. Okay. Talking my language here. Get, uh, get the op, man. Okay, so let's see. I'm seeing Mariana here, which did remind me that there is a proposal up for a third party auditor.
That is correct. It is a 3-stage process, so it's in its final stage. The most amount of VP needed to pass that. So if anybody wants to check that out in the DAO, please support it. I'm happy to pay out of pocket, which is what we've committed to doing. So if it doesn't pass, I'm gonna fork out some money, but that'll be money well spent. So if it is passed, it'll be a full official audit of Regenesis Labs, and that is one thing that the community asked for, the council asked for. We have really oh, here comes Mariana. We have very capable people in the council, but this is not our specialty. This is Mariana is the numbers person. So hello, Mariana, it's been a while. How are you?
Hey, good morning. It's been I'm good. Just been getting used to a new job. So yeah, my time has been really consumed by this new job. Actually auditing, yeah, normal digital asset companies. But
Wait, what? You is it safe to say you have a A Web3 job?
I wouldn't call it a Web3 job, but I would say auditing Web3 companies.
He's
So,
Web 2, 2.5.
yeah, exactly. It's a traditional accounting firm that audits Web3 companies.
That is
Because if I was in Web3, it would be a Web3 auditing company, which I am not. So,
whatever, wherever, whatever.
yeah.
Like, that is awesome just to hear that
But
you're
it's really
doing.
cool still to be able to like this all pretty much everything that I'll be working on is like brand new digital asset companies that are coming on. Yeah. So yeah, I've been good. I've just been getting used to this new job.
So, Mariana, I just got a brilliant idea. In order to protect the market share for your dreams, you use your high standing position with Stand with Crypto to push legislation about like Web3 auditing companies can audit Web3 companies.
Yeah, it's actually like my Stand Crypto experience really like I've been teaching my team like yeah these are like this is I mean they had to learn a little bit about it like with training but I'm like yeah did you guys hear about the new crypto market structure that happened like that got announced last week? They're like no we only know about Genius and Clarity. Like well there's a new one. Or like like pretty much like I'm trying to share with my team as much like crypto Twitter things that I see and let them know like hey this is like a risk for our client or like this is what we got to keep in mind of. So I've been like the liaison of crypto Twitter and my team with policy and just normal industry developments. So
Sounds like you have leverage for a promotion.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully. But we'll see. Yeah, like that's the goal. Obviously, like I want to be like a valuable person, I guess. But actually, yeah. On the side note, I had to stop. I had to step down as the Stand With Crypto Ohio president because of independence with the firm. So I'm no longer. I'm just a community member now, Sinful. But I'm like
Yes,
help.
I'm sure you still have pool among the high rankers.
Yeah, I'm still kind of like leading some of the Cleveland initiatives, I guess. And like now there's like a new girl who's doing like she's like the face of Ohio. Like I just can't be the face of Ohio right now. So, yeah.
Oh my god. That's that,
Or else my boss is gonna yell at me.
yeah, that is funny just cuz like there's so many 10-year-olds that would think you're so cool cuz you're in Ohio. Like skip the video. I remember
Oh, I exactly, right?
they think
Right.
Ohio is just like the place to be. So,
Yeah. Actually, there's a new thing that Stand Crypto is doing. Like, they're starting like a college program sponsorship thing. So if anyone has any, colleges, alumni, or friends, family that go to a certain college across America, um, let me know if they have any like blockchain clubs or crypto clubs. I'm trying to like still help with like the Ohio clubs. Like there's not much. Like there's literally just like one university that I know of. Like OSU has one. Um but yeah, I'm trying to get as many colleges connected in this program because they're gonna be providing some pretty good sponsorship opportunities. So
do you know if Cheddar has been talked to? Because I know she's at Mary Washington College in DC.
I did not. Actually, thank you, Kanessa. I will reach out to Cheddar. Maybe there's something at Maryland or I think Maryland. Yeah, so I'll reach out to her. Maybe we can get it connected. But yeah, that's like the new plug with Stand Crypto. Um, so pretty cool time, I guess.
That is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, and if anyone is in the Ann Arbor, Michigan area, there is like a college conference coming up, which is gonna be really cool. So it's just really cool to see um, students, taking an interest in blockchain at this age, because like by the time they graduate, they're just gonna be so ahead of like the rest of like their peers, maybe in terms of like blockchain, in like certain departments, I guess. And like imagine like by the time they graduated, like in 2 years or 3 years, like hopefully how much farther blockchain will be around, and hopefully our industry still exists and Bitcoin does not go to zero or anything does. Hopefully, yeah, nothing goes to zero in 2 years. But yeah.
I know, and but those are the same worries that I had in years ago, when I'm like, oh, I don't want to buy Ethereum, like it's $88. What if it goes to like 70?
Yeah.
And then later I'm like, God, you're such an idiot. So like I think that like throughout time I've just like thought about like, okay, I don't care about the price because I care about the tech. Like, does the tech have value? And
100%.
yeah, like that usually takes the blood pressure down and be like, nope, you're okay. Possibly it's also just like confirmation bias and I am completely delulu and I'm just like
Yeah.
gaslighting myself. It's a possibility.
Well, from what I'm seeing from like a policy and accounting firm level, it's not going away. There are more and more companies, so it's a pretty safe industry for now. Or it's not gonna call it safe. That's the wrong word, but I would call it a emerging, developing industry that hasn't there. If there were zero accounting in the Web3 clients, then it'd be more concerning. But the fact that a industry, a market exists, I think we're fine.
So you're saying I should buy another penguin?
NFA, but low-key.
Well, I will say, like back to the college thing, when Decentraland did the ambassador program, like and then also like when I went to GDC with the team, like the number one place of interest was colleges. Like I think at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, like I think all of us there like left thinking, okay, education is the future. Like that's where we want to push, because that conference was specifically, like the biggest, names in the gaming industry were there. But it was the professors and the students who were coming through who actually had like the most curiosity about like, what is this? Like, what problem does it solve? Are you hiring? Maybe it was like that. I don't know. Maybe that's like curiosity. Like when you're in school, you're just naturally more curious about things, and when you're just trying to find a job, you just are trying to find a job.
Yeah.
But I think like seeing the reception of the different community, the different events that the ambassadors did, a few of them were hosted at universities or colleges, and those seemed like the most
efficient or best like, I don't know, conversion, not even conversion, but yeah,
I think like received like the most.
Yeah.
It's just different. If you're going to host a party for influencers, it's going to be totally different beast than I'm going to teach a 1-hour class to college level developers. Like totally different environment. So I think just people that really are interested in the tech behind it, the blockchain, or I mean it could be translated to like any different profession. Like if you're in marketing, well, there's ways to utilize Decentraland for your marketing tactics. If you're a blockchain developer, there's that angle. So
yeah,
I think universities are the way to go. But I'm a teacher, so I'm always going to say that.
No, I agree with you, because I wish I had it 10 years ago when I was in college. And the fact that that many colleges are still lagging, I don't know, it's kind of eye-opening in a sense, and I feel like now we need it more than ever. But it's definitely been developing, so yeah.
I would love to see you join SheFi. I think you'd probably know 95% of what they covered. So
actually, I was a part of the last not like, I think it was 13 maybe. 13 or 14. So like yeah, not the one that just finished, but one I was there two cohorts back. But to your point, I knew mostly everything besides maybe like whatever Octant was. But
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely learned learned some content, like especially when there were specific partnerships.
yeah,
Like that was
exactly.
nice. But it also is really nice coming in and listening to everybody and they're like, so I don't share my seed phrase, and you're like, nope, you don't share the seed phrase.
Right. What's a hash number? I don't know. Okay. But yeah, like a lot of like I had to like skip. I wouldn't say skip classes, but I had to kind of just like okay, like this is not applicable, I guess. But yeah, I just haven't had a chance to really be engaged in the community of it just because of life or whatever. But yeah, no, I love it. And then I saw they had a really cool like Deaf Connect event too. So
Yes, they have really good. Sorry, all the
yeah,
boys are going to be like, oh, what? But they have really good events and they give away like fake nails that have NFC chips in it that you can scan and like
yeah,
download basically your business card with your fingernails. Which is really cool.
yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and like in a sense, Shifi kind of started like their own quote unquote stay on crypto chapters. um, like they have like an India lead now. There's a girl in Ukraine. Like they've began like making like little like world chapter presidents for Shifi, which is really cool.
It
So
is because I think like the Shifi chapter lead for Nigeria is going to have a completely different experience than the Shifi chapter lead of the United States, and so
yep.
like having because I know Miss Joe is the Decentraland community lead for Shifi, and she I believe is the lead for I don't want to misquote, but it's
She got upgraded from like a community lead for Africa to like global ambassador.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm like, we're so lucky that then she's also the go to person here in Decentraland. And then if
Yep.
anybody is able to come to her things there on Thursdays, the Shifi Salon, like, I don't know, just definitely. And I see some members that have been coming through here in and out, but that's such a good way to bring in like a different community to Decentraland and not in like a shilly way, but like a way that's going to be sustainable.
Right. That's good that we have that network in. So yeah, no, Shifi's been amazing to connect to like more people. So and I'm sure there's gonna be more and more of those kind of communities, hopefully, that we could get in as well. But
Yeah, it's hard to compare Shifi to like another one because I'm like, okay, we need more communities like this that are education based, and I love that Shifi it specifically focuses on females and non-binary builders. I think that is important, just because I typically, a lot of times like STEM trades, they are not widely represented, and so I do think that there's importance in that. But then I also am like, oh, but like there's so much value here that everybody should have access to tools like this. It's just the networking and everything. So I don't know what other I feel like most of them are like crypto Twitter cobbles that are like, yeah, join
yep.
us. We're gonna lift you up and like
Yeah, exactly. But
buy my
there's
NFT.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, well, we'll see more. We'll see more new communities get created too. So
Yeah. And I did see old guy come up. I have to in like 20 minutes. I have to be AFK for a little bit. Saturday birthday parties and stuff, and I will come back. So I just want to make sure that like we hit the topics. I know you came up here right when we were talking about the internal audit, and so I want to make sure that we give
yeah.
the attention it deserves. But
Yeah,
yeah,
if anyone has any questions, let me know. Um, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I see Gino in the crowd too, so and yeah, everything is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we the community asked for transparency. There's no better transparency here than to get an a third party, independent auditor.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like scratching my eye. But yeah, I also have to AFK soon too. But I'll be here. But I'll talk to old guy too. Hi, old guy.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Doing
Just
good.
dandy, dandy.
Great. Well, the reason I popped up here is I don't know if you guys saw my ex post. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while now and just haven't had time. But I have some time now. So, with everything we got going on in Decentraland and builds that are disappearing left and right from new buyers and just different things. I always wanted to create the Decentraland Historical Museum. Initially, I thought it was going to be the pyramids, but I kind of like the park idea, and that way I can put statues. So Sin's already requested his own statue. So, but I would like to do something along that lines. If anybody is interested in it, give me a hand. You have pictures. You have significant builds, you have pictures of your own avatar that you would like to put in there, so we can start creating something that can be left behind for generations to remember. I'd like to get this started. There is a CBD link that you can all go to. If you don't want to publicly drop those pictures or talk or leave any sort of information, you can always reach out to me on Discord or X or anything like that. But I think this could be a fun little project. I've only got, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 months to be able to get it done. But I'd like to get it started. The biggest hiccup was trying to figure out how I was going to get so many textures on one little scene, and I think I've got that figured out now. I think we kind of worked through that process, and I'm pretty certain I know how I can do it now. So, yeah, if you have any questions or this is something you would like to be involved in, please let me know.
Old guy, I already started, I got my pictures ready. I'm starting my write-up, and then I got, distracted in the middle of it, but I set an alarm on my phone so that I would not get distracted in the middle of it. I wonder if it would also be beneficial to have, a Google form, just because sometimes, it's hard to, come up with all the information. Have something, kind of like guardrails on the experience, so that people can come in, fill out your name, fill out, it asks for specific questions, and then, they can add more on top of that, because I think that this is a stellar idea, and we're lucky that you're interested in taking this on and creating it. I did post a link to the thread in the main CBD Discord. I didn't post it here just because sometimes, bots can then come into the Discord. So if you're in the CBD Discord, click on that to take you right to where old guy is talking about.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. I know we went back and forth about that a little bit. Yeah, I could probably create something like that over the weekend, get that sent out. The whole Web3 and link things, that was the thing. So that's kind of why I held back on that a little bit. But I mean, if people are okay with that, I wouldn't have a problem doing that.
I kind of didn't even think about it. So maybe it's something where it's done on Discord, you put the things that you're looking for. I don't know. I mean, you kind of already did. Maybe I'm over engineering it. I'll be quiet.
No, you're good. I just telling you why. I did think about that, and I was like, well, but the other thing was I kind of went back and forth. Do I want to? And maybe some people need the idea of what I'm looking for, or what I don't want to say I. I mean, this is a community. I hope everybody sees this as kind of like a community project, right? It's not. And I'm not going to be the only one that holds the keys to it. Once this is done and we've deployed it, there will be somebody else that will be able to have access to this land and deploy if, God forbid, something were to happen to me, next week. That's just. But yeah, when you start getting older, you start realizing things go quick. So, a historical museum would be great. I know that we have the one in Genesee Plaza, Genesis Plaza, but there's not a whole lot of. There's a lot of information about where Decentraland came from, but not so much about the actual players who are building the actual platform, and that's more where I'd like to focus on. It's just kind of who was here, when were they here, and what were they doing. That's really the main focus. I think, at least for this project for me, and I'm open to suggestions. If people have other ideas, I got no problem with that. So, just let me know.
I think that's a great start, and it's something that can be evolved and merged over time. I mean, the person that I am in Decentraland isn't the same as I was, 5 years ago. So like even seeing people change, I don't know, like it's kind of interesting sometimes when you look back through old pictures and you realize that your Decentraland journey it's never anything that you like tried to do. It's just like randomly taking you different places. So it'd be cool if it was like living, breathing. You can edit it over time, and like when people leave, we just don't want to lose that, the pictures, experiences, who they were.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny because I was going through some of my pictures. I've got a whole Google photo, and it's just nothing but Decentraland. And I look at what I was initially wearing when I first came in, and I just was like, wow. It's just kind of crazy to where we're at now, and even the avatars are a little bigger now, I believe, than they were back then. So it's I don't know. It's just a little project I thought would be fun to play around with. Like I said, the hardest thing was trying to overcome the texturing issues that I was going to run into. But I think we've got that figured out where I'd be able to put thousands of pictures up and not have an issue with texture. So I think we got that figured out.
That's awesome. So where did you say you're going to deploy this?
I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure. Initially, like I said, I was going to do it in the pyramids, but after Art Week, I really liked the fountain. So now I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do it in the fountain, because you could, that little park area would be nice because there's a lot of land around there. Kind of what I was thinking. I don't know. Well, I have to play around with it, see how many people are even interested in it first, and if it's just a couple of us, well, then I don't need as big a parcel. If it ends up being a bigger thing, then maybe I will need something as big as that. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at this point yet.
How about a special emote or wearable for anybody that submits their stuff there?
Yeah, good.
Because then all of a sudden there'll be incentive. Like, oh,
yeah,
wait.
Then all of a sudden, then I'm overwhelmed, right? All of a sudden everything comes rolling in. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe something like that. But I just wanted to get the initial start of it going so I can play around with a few. I want to play around with a few images and see exactly how it'll look. The thing is, you do things in 3D Paint, you do some other things, and then when you actually throw it into Decentraland, you're like, oh yeah, that looks bad, and you have to try to figure it all out. So I'd like to play around a little bit with it. I did a little bit of that with Art Week, but I'd like to actually do it with actual pictures of avatars and buildings, and what people's beliefs in are, as far as what they believe their avatar is here for, what their project was here for, those sorts of things is what I'm really interested in, I guess.
What about like IRL photos, like meetups of people throughout the years that are obviously, like doxed and whatnot? And I think that'd be really cool, like a timeline. Yeah, a timeline of when I met Dr. Drip and Rustan and M. But, I have to get a photo of Rustan and I in this expo. Only if Rustan approves that, but sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
No, actually, that's right along the line. It's funny you were saying that. I initially built the two pyramids for a reason. The reason was, well, first of all, it was the Decentraland logo, right? And I thought that would be neat to have a museum in the Decentraland logo. But the other reason I thought, and then I thought I'd take one of the, I thought I'd actually take one of the, I guess you call them suns up top, and turn that into a global theater, which I've been successful at doing on the outside, just not so much the inside. So I'd still have to figure that part of it out, where we could, if people had, videos and stuff like that, that would just play over and over and over again. So, like I said, the pyramids aren't out yet, but the whole reason behind the two, at least in my mind, when I was initially thinking this, is one could be for avatars and one could be, and there's different floors, so every floor would have a different, a different meaning, and in-world meetups could be one, right? And that's just kind of, this thing can grow, like Vanessa said, over time. Or any input anybody has, I thought would be cool too. But yeah, we just have to see and play around with it and see how it works out. That's kind of my thought process. So the more information I can get initially, just to kind of play around with it and see, okay, how does this look? How does that look? I think would greatly help this project along. That's all.
I think I like the fountain, but man, that the connection and the relevancy of the pyramids with the Decentraland logo, like nobody's done pyramids yet. There are no pyramid. There is no reason in Decentraland that we should have pyramids on our logo. That would be like the one thing. Like that would be so. It would reinforce that logo image. I love that logo, so I like the pyramids. And then you could do the fountain too. I don't know if you could do it in the same place.
Yeah. I just have to figure out a way to put it on a piece of. The thing about the pyramids, just they're awkward because the angle, and I could change the angle, but to actually make it look right, it takes up double or triple the space of what it needs to, because it's not. You want the angle. If you ran to the other side of the building, but like when you spawn in, you want that actual side angle. And maybe I'm overthinking it, but you want that actual angle that shows in the logo, and to do that, it takes up a lot of space because you're basically going kitty corner on it rather than a square box, right? So you're taking up so much more space with those pyramids, and then when you get to the top, you lose space in the rooms. That's the other thing about the pyramid, right? So, you might be able to put 500 photos on the ground floor, but by the time you get to the top, you may only be able to get 10 in there, right? That's the only thing, is you lose so much space, but yet you take up so much space on the actual platform. That's my only concern about the pyramids. And that was my initial thought, right, when I built them. This is where the museum's going to be. I think I even named it that. But the more I got looking at it, the more I was like, man, we're going to lose so much space. That's the only thing.
That is a great point, and that's probably why the pyramids are like alien batteries instead of actually serving a functional purpose because of the space. Except for the Luxor in Las Vegas, that one, I guess they use it. They have a cool inclinator on there. That would be the dopest thing, to have an inclinator where it goes up but to the side also in Decentraland.
I've stayed at the Luxor before.
I walked through the Luxor.
Yes. I got to stay on the pyramid for like $23 a night. It was crazy. 2018 were crazy times. But I mean, maybe we could learn a lot from that. If I'm not mistaken, the Luxor would also have kind of like a indoor footbridge kind of thing going into the Excalibur, which was like the hotel that was like across the street.
Yeah, that would be cool. And like, what? Yeah, sadly, a DCL World would give old guy the room, but I love that he's not going that route. I think he jumped down. Like, I think it's awesome to have this in world at least, or maybe it's in world and then there's a portal to something bigger, like in time, if more space is needed. But yeah, old guy and I kind of feel the same about that.
We just need to buy enough land to make our dreams come true. That's all.
Hey, sorry, I shut my vehicle off when I did that.
Did it get quiet for everyone else?
It got quiet. I gotta
Yeah.
kind of get ready for a second, but I think old guy, it's quiet because he might be rugging.
Okay. see how polite we are. We like gave it like a minute of like silence. So while we wait for an old guy to come in, I see Toxic got a new name called Loading Profile. For a second, it like tricked me, and I was like thinking, is this someone like on mobile, like, and it's like just not connecting, so it's just calling them Loading Profile.
I like that.
All right, getting old guy back up here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. It just keeps rugging on me. So, but I missed what Canessa said. I saw she started to speak, and boom, everything went silent on me.
Oh, she said some deep, profound things. Now, like, if we can get her to say that again, that'll be the $1 million question.
I can, old guy, without going into a giant dissertation, long-winded. I am glad you're building this in the mainland Genesis Plaza, and that's probably where you and I kind of share some similar sentiments, and glad you're putting it there.
Well, thank you. Yeah. My hope is someday, and I think you and I have talked about this before, my hope is someday that if this takes off, that either the DAO or the foundation themselves will take it over and just keep it going, because it is going to be instrumental in, future generations. See, how interesting is it going to be? They're going to be able to take a look at this and say, this person was here, or this person was here, and some of their builds are still here, and then some of these builds aren't here anymore. I mean, it really set home with me when everybody was buying land this spring and all the DG properties were disappearing. And actually, Rustan's the one that really, really made me think about it, because he was like, I bought here because I had a road and now my road is gone. And I was like, yeah, things are disappearing like crazy. And it was a road that, he thought was going to be there forever. And I'm still not 100% certain if it was me that removed that road with the Easter egg drop. It could have been. I'm not sure, because there is somebody else further up that's closer. We're not sure if the road went that far, but it just was like. And then I bought the big parcel down behind the cantina there, and I deployed, I don't even know what it was. It was something simple at the time. I just deployed something simple, and it just like eliminated the whole scene. And I was like, oh man, things are disappearing like crazy. And, even the original grill, I remember when I deployed to that 2x2, the first 2x2 I got, this place, and I don't remember the name of it. I can tell you, I remember I can't remember the name of it anymore, but I can remember UMAC was the community manager of that project, and I was the first one to deploy to that. It's this huge scene, and as soon as I dropped my girl on it, I was like, the whole scene just disappeared, and I was like, I just destroyed a whole scene.
Yeah,
And
we
so,
should have competition on like who's destroyed the most, because I did that to like the entire motorsports scene that was like, I don't know, $100,000 through the Dow. It was like a giant scene. And I got the cantina and I put one parcel on it and boom, it was gone. So I was like, well, kind of like haha fuckers, but like also sad. So
yeah, I mean, and maybe we have a section in the museum, Dow projects, with dollar signs next to it and how much that are gone.
I don't know if we're ready for that. I can, how about I put the Excel spreadsheet there and all the addresses that got multiple grants on different addresses under different identities. I think that's more of a personal issue than.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, I've got to jump. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna be AFK a little bit. I gotta navigate a little birthday party, and I'll be back though. So Sin, you're the voice of CBD for a little bit.
Oh no! Oh no!
Get them all to get their opes.
Oh yes, go get your opes or your ops. Go get them ops, everyone. But yeah, let's take a look around here. Looks like we're down to 7 individuals on Decentraland, so looks like we're winding down. No need to shill to these individuals to get their ops, because I'm sure we already have them, as well as even have joined the other page community. I see we're up to 30 members here, and we have 47 badges claimed. That's awesome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. And Toxic Waifu, I see that you joined the X Space. Thank you for joining. JKing, I see you. I see Ozzy. I see Scat. I see all the friends. Alrighty. So I've just been trying to navigate basically all my social medias, and I'm wondering like what would be like the best way to utilize all your Twitter tools to maximize visibility for like a space, like this one, for example. My small meal brain came to the conclusion that maybe like tools like Twitter Pro or X Pro could be something that helps, since it's something that like can help filter out to exact topics that you want to like reach or talk about and stuff like that, and then just start chilling away from there, maybe. Or I don't know. I'm trying to think of something classier. What do you think, Mariana? How do you shill your CPA conglomerate corporation that you've built from the ground up?
Well, I don't even, to be honest, I haven't even been using Twitter lately, but yeah, it's tough because even like in bigger like Web3 companies, I feel like in general like Twitter Spaces are like slowly dying a little bit. Not so much, not fully, but I don't know. You kind of have to like have like a good hype or reason why people should be in this space. And that obviously just comes with like TGEs and that kind of stuff, unfortunately. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to build like an audience in Twitter these days. I don't know, for crypto Twitter at least. So it may just have to be like external word of mouth, I guess. Like maybe like a TikTok, like, hey, go to Twitter. But then it's like, why would you push them away from TikTok? Like, you might as well just have the Twitter space thing live, or not a space, but like a TikTok live. So it kind of gets complicated, you know? So yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah, like even like the larger companies are struggling with Twitter Spaces these days. I feel like it's not the thing people want to wait. Not, I want to say waste, but I feel like less people are like looking for spaces like how we used to like back in the day. Like, oh, I gotta go find this space. So, yeah, like you can do everything right, and still only have like a few people. So, and then the ones that you see are big, you'll like enter them, and it's like, maybe like 100 people, but then like there's like 9,000 bots. So, yeah, don't let those big companies fool you. So,
Yeah, they most certainly do. It's like you see the 2,000 person spaces with like 2 comments and like 15 likes.
yep.
Uh, yeah, exactly.
So,
Um,
so yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I feel like you're only doing so much right, but yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's just, I don't know.
I- I've also been like thinking about like maybe even expanding on like when it comes to platforms, and yeah, it's like great, just another platform that I need to worry about. But I've been kind of looking towards like Rumble. Rumble recently had a huge deal with Tether, and who knows, maybe we can start seeing some momentum on that end.
Yeah. I mean, in general, like these audio rooms have been like, it started with Clubhouse, like back in 2019 or 18 even. And I feel like maybe just like the overall concept, like I love Twitter Spaces, but I think overall they are slowly dying down. So,
What if Decentraland is the future of audio spaces? Like we do have our community chats now.
well, they're gonna have to monetize that and figure out how to be the next Clubhouse and Twitter Space of crypto.
You're right.
And
I
maybe
will
that
put
comes with a mobile client. Maybe the mobile client will solve that issue. But yeah, um, we'll see. Or yeah, I mean, in general, like I think we're trying to figure out what like the next move in social crypto Twitter is. And like I feel like now, in a sense, like the InfoFi portion of social Twitter or social crypto Twitter kind of ruined social crypto Twitter because of all of the, like you have to post a million times to spam to get on the leaderboard of a project's pre-TG or TG. So then it becomes inauthentic. So like there's like this weird, I don't know, like we're like in this weird early phase with like social media, crypto media platform development. And I know there's like Farcaster bases working on, or Base and Farcaster technically are using the same, or bases relying on Farcaster's protocol. But like even like Farcast, I've noticed it. I mean, I've noticed it kind of like it's kind of like stagnant right now. But like obviously everyone is there too. But I don't know. I'm like trying to figure out what to say. But yeah, point is, we're still early at the end of the day, and a lot of these social media platforms are trying to figure out how to be like the next, go to crypto media platform. And I think like Farcast is doing a pretty good job of that. Like they also have, didn't they like finally make their own voice thing, like the Farcaster House, or I think that was what it was called.
Yeah, it was like Far House or that,
Yeah. So,
but
and I
that
haven't been
like
on to Forecast in a few months, so like I don't even know if it's there. So,
that quick. I feel like that quickly flopped, but who knows? Maybe they've improved. Old guy, did you
Yeah,
unmute?
well, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. I do know virtual destinations when MetaBeast and I started that. We did the first 3 episodes from there, but it was still under testnet. It was, or Flynet or whatever that's called. So it wasn't like it was on the platform fully yet. I don't know if they've updated that or not, because what we found is we just spent 3 hours talking to ourselves. So, but maybe it's gotten better and they're doing it now. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it. It seems like right now all the hype is like the rewards and crap. What was the other thing? Yeah, can't think of it. But yeah, I haven't been on Far House or Farcaster much myself since I got my new phone. Actually, I haven't downloaded it yet. I should probably do that.
I've been on it a lot. The problem, even they won't let you post videos or anything on there yet. So I don't know if that's something for the future they plan on doing, or maybe there's a way of doing it. And I just don't know how. The problem with Farcasters is it's moving so fast that if you miss a month or two, you're so far behind where they just moved to. I mean, the technology is like really moving fast on that platform. That's the thing about it. And
That
go ahead.
That's a great point. That's a great point that you made. It moves very, very fast. So like yeah, like one thing that I'm always finding is like I need to like be moving my money everywhere and stuff like that. It's like, okay, one month it's Zora, then the next it's Rodeo, then the next month it's Zora Rodeo Club, and then yeah, and then it's like each platform is their own, and I don't have money on the next platform, so I need to put in more money, and then yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's exhausting.
yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100%. I mean, that was the thing. Really, that is probably between that and just the fact that you put a post out and you get one like or two likes, right? I mean, till you build your community up. But that was the thing with me. I love the platform. It's just very difficult, first of all, to get to know people unless you've been in it for a long time, like AJ has. But the other thing is, it moves so much, and it just seems like I have to keep putting money into everything, and I'm just like, it's just so hard. It's so difficult to keep up with all those projects. There's so many popping up so quick on there, which is a great thing. I think it's a great thing, but
Yep, exactly. Definitely a great thing, but I don't know. I think it needs also its like perfect medium. Like for also like I mean, there's also things that I don't understand. Like there is the rewards thing. It's like it literally just says, oh, for getting likes and posting and being active, you get points. But like whenever I like have done posting and liking and anything like for like a high frequency, uh my points have never moved past like 500 or so like yeah, I don't understand any of that. Maybe it's like the chosen ones get more points or something like that, but yeah.
yeah, maybe we just have to have maybe that AJ just has to start doing tutorials once a week and walking everybody through it live on camera so we can see that. You could have a little event at his Firecaster house and having a little event where we can learn about it, right? Kind of like what's going on in Decentraland. So many more people are learning to build here just due to all the Kness is doing a tutorial. Dr. Drip, or I mean,
Oh,
Dr. Crollo, and you got Mr. J, and it's like so many people. You got Toxic doing her vibe thing, and I'm just saying, so many people are learning to build that never could. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could do something like that with Farcaster too.
what as you said that, I think I thought of Rustan's next billion-dollar idea. Like he figured out the API for attendance tokens for the other page for Decentraland. Wonder if that could be done in some sort of way towards Farcaster, like connect the API from other page to Farcaster and have like a crap. What are they called? They're like smart posts or whatever. It's like click this button and claim your badge or your Rustan art or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Rustan, there's your billion-dollar idea.
yeah,
Uh,
more pressure.
I just want unlimited cat treats when you make it big. So I'm just scrolling through Twitter here, and I'm seeing that the E-Apes tomorrow are hosting a poker night in their Discord. Big shout out to the E-Apes. Oh, looks like Make is not here anymore. But yeah, Lunar Freak came through the Meta Beast roaming party last night and performed for us. Lunar Freak is DJ Vape's brother, and if you know DJ Vape, he's been going hard with the E Apes recently. So good to see some activity. I might just join. I'm getting that poker itch, old guy.
Yeah, I haven't played poker in a lot of years. But I used to play a lot of it.
Does it get easier, old guy? Does the itch, the degeneracy just like fade away? Or is it just like one of those like uh, demons that you need to like just put away for like all your life?
So I think it's like anything with an obsession, or obsession, or maybe addiction, however you want to call it, right? Something else just kind of takes its place. So rather than playing 40 hours a week of poker, now it's 40 hours a week of Decentraland, right? Something else is just going to take that place, is what usually happens.
I see. So, other words, no, it doesn't. I'm trying to help Soul over here. I saw that Soul's popped into the cantina, trying to get him over to the claim for the badge, and also welcome. Oh, okay, he's going to reload, and welcome Fallen Angel 1. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if Fallen would like to follow me. I'm gonna claim your attendance token. Yeah. All right. Oh, we have Sis of OTR that just popped in.
So what is the actual site name that all this is on?
Other page. Would you like for me to send you kind of like the link to the CBD community on other page?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, send it to me.
It's actually like op.xyz here. Want me to DM it to you on Discord?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I got you right here. There you go.
I think I found it, but we'll see.
All right. Yep. Nice. Okay, so Souls has claimed his badge. Yeah, there's just so many fun things that could be done with these badges. I mean, it could even come down to just like, oh, excuse me. It could just come down to like a way for organizers to track how many individuals have come through. Like if it's like a bot infested event. Actually, no, never mind, because bots could be rigged to claim POAP. There are bots that were made just for POAP.
So there was actual bots that would come into the scene, collect the POAP?
Yes. So that would be back in the day. Like there would be bots that would just come in for POAP and leave after POAP.
Those were like not, I wouldn't call them good days, but like I remember like being like in a crowd at Wonder Mine or whatever, and there's like 1,000 people. Just maybe it wasn't for POAP, it was maybe for the crafting. But yeah, like do you remember like those parties where there was like 200 people around a POAP machine, and then all of a sudden they were just gone within 2 minutes?
Yeah, those were the DG ones. Like it would happen around DG and True Band Room.
Yep.
Man, shout out to True Band Room back then. They were like the ones to try to hold strong with POAPs.
Oh yeah.
They were trying. They're the ones that tried. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely like POAP Studio. Like they definitely really cracked down. That's why no one really uses POAP anymore, because even to like apply to a POAP with them, it's more strict. So
Well, I'm glad. It's cool you brought up Wondermine. I was in there the other night. Hadn't
yeah,
been
how
there in
was
a
that?
while. Well, I mean, there are some bugs. I mean, it's buggy, but I'm curious: is the original founders running that, or is this being run by the foundation now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, how much of it has been quote unquote acquired by the foundation versus the original team? Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah, because I'm sure they were involved in getting it up to code, up to standard SDK 7, but I don't know, like, there's things still in the machine. I was looking through the machine that you can't even get, or it's broke, and I'm wondering. That's why I'm wondering who you reach out to be like, hey, look, this is going on here, because there are a few bugs. It's not bad. I mean, it works fine. It's just sometimes when you hit a mine and you know a rock and you're mining it, it doesn't actually even open. Or sometimes when it hits the ground, it opens before you even mine it. So I've seen that a few times. But yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know who was running it anymore.
That might be a good question for the next AMA. But I feel like the first step would be the Wondermind Discord or Rob Dixon. He might be like the first person to reach out to. If it's not him, or yeah, technically it would be him, and then he would probably tell us the answers. And if it's not, if he says it's the foundation running it, then yeah, it's a question for the foundation. Like, what's the plan to keep Wondermind going next year, or whatever next month?
I am sure the Dow has paid the worth of Wonder Mines a few times over.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, that's a very
Hold on. I can get that number for you.
Oh, Canessa knows.
Let's see how quick I can get it.
Canessa has a spreadsheet.
It's probably close to 500,000, or
I
half
like-
a million. Yeah.
I want to say close to $500,000 too. Yeah,
Let's see.
240.
I have them heat indexed too, Mariana. You would love this. Let's see. Just gonna find them. Governance squad. No, this is really sad. Oh wow. In world verified partners grant support squad. Oh gosh. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to do this until I've like hyped myself up. Ethermon, 250,000. We Meta Builder Tag, 250,000. DCL Edit, 250,000.
Enough for them to find a way to keep going with the foundation.
Yeah. IRL Land, East Denver, 250,000. Beat Blocks, 485,000. Oh, expanding and improving Wonder Zone. Collectively, they have taken 485,000 from the Dow.
And that's just on Wonder Zone. I'm trying to think. Diamond City, is that Rob L. Corley?
No, that's DG, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Well, Diamond
no.
was. Are you talking about Crystal City or Diamond?
Crystal.
I don't know.
Maybe
Crystal City. Yeah, I don't think Crystal City ever got a grant, actually.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was like Diverge, right? Like what's?
Okay.
Yeah, they wanted to do some sort of like game or something that was on it.
So, Canessa, while you're back, did you hear my initial question? Did you hear? Do you know who's running Wondermind right now? Okay.
No, and you know what? I don't even care. Like when users were getting harassed there, and we tried to get the owners to do something about it, they were like, "Oh," and so it's like even if the owner had control, I wouldn't. I'm not impressed with their concern of the users, and so I don't know. Like maybe they did something with Foundation. Maybe it's something like Sugar Club. How Sugar Club gave the code to Foundation, and then Dr. Krillo was able to like pump some life into it, and then placed it as like a legacy build, and explained that this is a legacy build, and you can go view that now. So I think Dr. Krillo would be the one to like answer those questions.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. No, I just kind of had the thought in my head that would be a nice little, if it was being run by the foundation, for people that didn't have land in world, that wanted to have land, that wanted to throw an event in world. And if it was being run by the foundation, I mean, there's maybe they could set up time slots or even rent that out for them to go ahead and have an event there. That's the reason I was asking that question. That's what was going through my head. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to create it, the coolest thing about it was the wearables that you could grind to get the wearables. And I don't know if those, I mean, the wearables kind of, in my opinion, went downhill. The first sets, like the cyberpunk, the steampunk, those were really cool. But then like having like a horse head and like a Discord mod, I don't know, then I was like, nah, I'm not going to grind for those. So it would be cool if there were rewards in some way.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that we're talking about Wondermind because the other day I just looked in the Decentraland general chat in the Discord, and there was someone that was like, "Is Decentraland dead? I'm at Wonderminds and no one is here."
I think that tells you how important Wondermine was. That like it was Decentraland, like that was the heart and the soul. Like in the Bull Run, like that's where everybody was. So I'm not discounting. Like they culturally, they were huge. And if it functioned the way that it was like used to, I would be totally down for the amount of, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't, the amount of resources put into it.
Lots of potential. Lots of potential. And who knows? Maybe it's there, so maybe something that can be built upon, or maybe someone else can make their own Wonder Mine.
Yeah, I mean, I think having those like Minecraft-esque like mining mechanics where you have to mine something and they're random. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know the reward of it. You get it. I mean, I don't know. Like Dr. Drip and M, what they made for the hackathon, like having that like portal where you put stuff in, like it's a giant volcano. Like what if you were mining that volcano, like, or not? Maybe it's not a volcano. It's a portal, but like what if it was a volcano and you're burrowing through and like mining stuff? I mean, it would be like Metacube, Wonder Zone, and then Minecraft. That's all I want to do, guys. Is like go through the mines.
Or some sort of like battle royale game, like the Pudgy Penguins game. Like I feel like that would be fun. Yeah, like the group arena games or whatever. Or like I think, well, doesn't the one exist from Game Jam? Like, is that like technically like available whenever, or like
So,
could I go there? Could I go there right now with you and Sinful or whoever else and like play a game?
I don't know, and I think like the battle royale, like part of the issue with that is that it is so difficult for anything.
Oh, with motion, right?
To render all of those avatars independently, and that's why, like, I mean, Fortnite is so fun, and everybody's like, it's such a great game theory, but it's not like that because it's fun. It's like that because they can't render 100 avatars shooting with accuracy at once, so they put everybody in this giant storm, and then the only time, like, you're only seeing a few people at once, and so they're, the rendering software behind the game only has to have those small instances at one time, and then the storm slowly pushes you together, so at the end you're still only fighting a few people at once. And so it's like a freaking genius way to solve the instancing problem. But I think that Decentraland, like, I don't know that we're ever going to be there for like really good first person shooter games like battle royale style. I don't know, like I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. Like target practice, like gosh, Sir Drop Bear had such a fun game on his scene where you could just shoot ghosts for different values, but I don't know if it can be done. I think
Okay, we'll scrap it till 2035.
Well, I mean, there's so many layers on top, because I've always thought like it'd be so cool to have like to be on this scene, and what if there's a fight, like people are running through like shooting each other, like it's a, like at the same time. That'd be awesome. But I just don't think we're ever going to be there, and that's okay. Like, we're not Fortnite, we're not Call of Duty, and we don't have to be. Like, we're just built different. But hopefully the game, like the hackathons, the game jams, will have stuff like that in the future. At least we can see how far we can push it, maybe.
We can still make a trivia game, Vanessa.
Ah, yes. And I realized a new game that I think I'm going to bring it to Cantina is like the collider thing. Like last week, MetaWolf found a weird collider on his land, and he didn't put it there, and it just showed up. And so like everybody's jumping on it, trying to see what it was, because like I could jump to the top of it, but other people were like sliding down. So we're like, okay, it's a pyramid shape, right? Like it's really funky, but it's somehow like it's large on the bottom, small on the top, and he didn't put it there. And we had fun with it, whatever. It's just a glitch. But then this week when I put the OP dispenser down below, I found another collider glitch. So at first I was like, haha, funny, amused. Then I was like irritated that like, why can't this shit just work? So I wrote a help desk ticket, and then MetaWolf was like, we should just join a cult around it. So that's what I did, is I just decided that like, instead of it's a glitch, another glitch of Decentraland, I realized we were chosen for a purpose. We were chosen, like all the land, 90,000 parcels, MetaWolf and I were chosen by the powers above. And we can't like deny that there's a reason that we have this collider on our land. So we're going to just run with that instead and make a cult. And if anybody wants in, you can come. Like a couple people have sacrificed themselves here, as you can see. The collider changes as humans do. It is not always the same collider. Sometimes you can run up it, sometimes you're trapped in it, just like life. I think this is like a deeper metaphorical challenge that we have, you guys. So I think it'd be fun to make a game where like I make an object in Blender, like I don't know, like a butterfly or a penguin, and then I export only the collider and then put it on my land, and everybody has to decide what it is. Like it's a game. Like, what is it that I mean, I can think of some things right now that I would make that you guys would all be jumping on, and then you'd be like, wait, I think we're jumping on a giant beep, and you can fill in the blank. But anyway, I won't do that the first time. But we could have so much fun with this. Nobody would know.
It's I always go back to, it's easy to get frustrated with the glitches. And I always go back to some of the most fun times I had in Decentraland before they had the camera, right? Before they had the camera, you couldn't zoom in on anybody. Like you had to be standing in front of them to get a good photo, with snipping or whatever, right? And some of the most fun times I had is I could literally get right up in an event when no one could see me, and I could get a nice picture, and they'd be like, how'd you get that picture? And I was like, well, if you really knew, you'd be like, who is this creep? But the truth of the matter is, some of the funnest times, they can be frustrating, is when the glitches do happen. I still remember the one time I was at an event. It showed if you went to the actual, because at the time you could go into the page and see how many people were at your event. Now it's actually on on your page, but yeah, I'd click over and it'd show 75 people are here, and I would see 3. And we'd all be chatting with each other. We're all in the chat. But those are things that future generations are never going to be able to experience, right? Which at the time was annoying, but now that you look at it, you're like, but I went through that, and that was amazing, because we had this experience that no one else is going to have,
that's totally what I'm hoping. Like, I mean, I'm not putting that much thought or work into it, but it becomes part of the lore. The Great Collider, you had to be there to understand it. Just like rave mode or green walls, like if or like hover mode. There's just certain things that um, I could be pissed about it. I mean, I may kind of be a little bit like, why haven't I even been responded to in the help channel? But that's okay. Like, I'm just gonna, like, they're busy. I know it's the real IRL event is going on, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, just gonna, like, I can't change it. I put a fence in, actually. I put other stuff there so that it would, at least people wouldn't get like confused and trapped in the collider, because it doesn't show up. So I did that first, and then I was like, oh no, a cult is a much better idea. Like, so if let us know if you join the Chosen. Like, my other thought is that it is part of that land that's like a 4-piece parcel, and I feel like it's part of the scene that was deployed before this. And so maybe there's some problem with, like, once you deploy, like, I'm deploying a single parcel on an estate. So I redeployed everything around it, tried to put it in. I don't know. So I go from, like, being happy fun to being like, why did I just spend another freaking hour of my life using Chat GPT to make a creed to the Collider gods? I should be doing something better with my life.
Nah, that's the exciting part. I remember the green walls. Man, you brought back memories. And what's funny is the remnants, and maybe this is a remnants of something like you were saying. I still have property down south where there was a green wall and there was a collider there, and I could literally jump on it and walk across the road to the other side. I've reported it a few times, but if you go to, if you're walking down the road and you come across where the actual grass is running across the road and it's not the pavement, an actual Decentraland road, that is where one of the green walls used to be. So there's still remnants of it in the Decentraland in the new system. I haven't been down there in a while to see if it's still there, but it was there as of 3 months ago when I went there. So
yeah, there's so much funny, like, stuff going on around Decentraland. Like, as you walk around, there's a build that I made in, must have been 2020, and then I had it on my land up north, and then I sold the land, and then nobody has ever changed it, and so my original build is there, but it's all white, like nothing, no materials show up. So it's always funny just to go check on land that you've sold and been like, oh, you paid so much and you didn't even build anything. Like, you okay, bro? You need a hug?
yeah, it looks okay.
Well,
Yeah, I sold the parcel. Man, it was late. It was last year sometime, and the build at the time, MetaBeast was using it, and at the time, and his build's still there. So they bought the property and never did anything with it. But no, I just went down here. They have cleaned it up. It's gone. So that theory's shot. But
well, like, I mean, also, I think another factor is that it's never been this easy to build on the Decentraland as well. So, I mean, maybe these owners bought it at the wrong time, kind of like was like, oh my God, it's impossible to build in here, and kind of like dropped it or left it in their wallet. Or maybe it's just an investment and waiting for it to go to moon. I hope not. Number two.
Yeah, and I think there's actually, like, way more catalysts to the past bull run than we realize. Like, there's very specific things that happened after the meta announcement that impacted Decentraland, that, like, far beyond what we realize. Like, the largest landholder in Decentraland was speaking at a conference, November 26, 2021, I believe. And that speech that he gave was specifically about what he was going to do in Decentraland and what he was going to put here. And like on the screen, it shows all the land. Like it's like I can see my land for sale sitting right there. And so like imagine being at this crypto conference. You have the largest stakeholder or largest landholder in Decentraland saying that he's going to put the, you know, most expensive NFT ever. There's just way more moving parts, and I think that probably there were probably people in that conference like checking the OpenSea during that talk, like buying shit that they didn't even, you know, they were getting alpha that we don't realize. Like there's like I don't know. I just like things happen during that like time frame that I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like and so I think, yeah, if you buy based on that kind of hype or like alpha that doesn't come to fruition, then, you know, you're probably going to sit there and it hurts to look at that investment because it's down like 99% from where you bought it from. Land is at a premium, guys. It's like $80 or $79 right now for some DCL land. So go buy some. Sorry, my cat is attacking me. I don't know if you can hear that.
So the collider issue that you're having is on the back side because as I'm running through here, where you're okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I can actually run up your wall on the back side.
Yeah, it's really weird. It doesn't always happen the same way, but if you get in it and get trapped, somehow it'll like push you out of the scene right in that corner. And then you can climb up. I want to say that you're climbing up the existing collider that I did mean to put there. So it's almost the great collider, the unwelcome one that has chosen us, like forces your avatar to do weird things. It also like breaks your avatar's legs, or like if you look in the help desk or help channel of the Decentraland Discord, you can see Meta Wolf posted some video. Like now I was able to jump on it. But he has video of his avatar's legs running in a really weird way. And so there's no like logical reason that a collider would put you into run mode or like break your legs to the side. So it's something other than just a regular like collider.
Yeah, because I can even run through the wall here. I can come from the outside to the inside through it. It's like the collider's split in half. It's weird. I never seen that before. Yeah, that is strange. But yeah.
Yeah. So then my brain is like, I mean, at first I thought it was a neighboring parcel because I have seen more and more land that goes off of the parcel. Like I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but you'll see like grass out in a road and it's like, no, that should not be there, but it's happening. So that's what I thought at first. It's almost like collider normals are reversed. Because sometimes you can get through them, sometimes you're trapped, sometimes you're not. But I don't know. At first I didn't want to redeploy because I wanted Foundation to see it, but I did end up redeploying because I was like, this is going to suck if everybody gets trapped here coming for the OP badge. But I redeployed, nothing has changed it. So I made a shrine. And I think what I'll do next is redeploy the scene that was here because it was that haunted house I made for the builder basics. And so I was thinking, okay, I looked at that model, like this would be the corner and there is a tree here, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know why certain parts would stay and certain parts would not stay. So I don't know.
Well, I'm curious did you join when you built this scene out here, the Halloween scene? Did you join all those together, or are they all independent individuals?
They're all independent.
Okay. Now that shoots that theory down too. Then
I know. Well, you can see like the pictures I sent on the Help channel that I was like, oh, this is the collider, and I like kind of drew a diagram of like how I thought it was working, but it's not. And then I redeployed that. See, everything here was redeployed this week, so like I thought maybe there's just some update that they made. And then the one at MetaTribe Plaza is also pyramid shape. I swear to God, we're not making this up, you guys. Like, this really is like a divine like blessing. It's like an obelisk, like the freaking pyramids. The aliens put these here. If I was like Esteban and Yumel, or like a crazy dev, I would put stuff in here to mess with you guys. Just saying, like I would make a boat like sail by. So they might be like, Canessa, you've asked your last question. We're gonna give you this. Oh, Apatow is saying, looks like a confusion between the big mountain collision and the no collider at the panel. If you add collision, it should help. Yeah, it did this before I even added the panel. So I'm not sure. Like, I added the panel after the collider spawned in. Oh, Alan gets it. All hail the invisible triangle collider. Yep. Alan's in the cult. Thank you, Alan. Well, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, and it's about the collider cult. It might be that time to go get some food. Is DJ Loscat, is she on in 20 minutes or an hour and 20?
You haven't chanted the creed of the collider cult. Or are you telling me that you don't have a creed yet?
No, you know what? I came up with so much good chat GPT stuff. Like, make it, like, give us a inscription for, like, you know, everything. And it's, if anybody wants to start, like, a cult, it is really easy to just be like, here's what we're all about. Chat GPT can just spit that out and be like, here you go. You know, I probably could be like, how can I get money from these cult followers too? Because that's usually what like cults are about, but I don't know. Welcome, Vita. Go grab an OP pass. I know you're in the OP community. And visit the big collider down here.
Yeah, you should have seen me
I mean, it's kind of awesome. Like, if bots were an issue, they would just get tangled up in that. But yeah, I don't know.
One day we'll figure out the perfect bot deterrent. Maybe it's vinegar. You never know. Maybe you just need to like spray them with vinegar and they'll just go away.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think it is a good idea just to like cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, we'll see.
Most definitely.
I'm glad my friends got this. Yeah, it's good.
Yep, most definitely. Let's see. So, I mean, we are down to our last 20 minutes here before DJ Los Cat begins her performance. So, I mean, yeah, we could start to wind down, maybe start taking in some final thoughts and stuff like that, and talk about some future events. What do you think, Canessa?
My hand was trying to push the button. It wasn't. Yeah, I think it's a good time. I think we had some great conversations today. I'm really glad Mariana had the time to stop in and talk a little bit about, you know, the world as it's changing and like even the crypto space. I'm thinking about ETH Denver almost a year ago. I'm gonna say it's almost a year ago because we're just a few months out. But like, you know, what a different change, and what is it gonna be like a year from now? So, um, yeah, time keeps changing, and I guess we have to as well.
Yeah, yeah. We no longer collect popes. We collect opes. So there, there's one big change, but I mean I kind of like this. I kind of like that it's coming back, and in a way, it must have been something like that was like being blocked off in the back of my mind, like a much needed Decentraland feature that was just yanked from us.
Yeah, and like I don't know. There was something somebody said about 2021 yesterday and being at the Meta Beast party, and then last week when you and me and M and Jim Cedric all put on our 2021 gear. It's like we are at the point where we have nostalgia around this, and like we didn't have it at the beginning. You know, you can't be like, wow, 2 months ago. Remember 2 months ago when we were all just like sweet people and like no, but now we can we can be like, God, remember the person I was 4 years ago? I was so trusting and I just had so much love to give and like, oh, when did that person, love? Um, I digress, but it is nice to
Wait,
have these things back.
wait, you're not trusting?
Oh, the Web3 space. It'll change you.
It'll harden you, that's for sure. So let's see. Let's get some final thoughts from our speakers up here, old guy and Mariana. Let's start with Mariana. Any final thoughts, comments, concerns?
No, I don't. I don't know. Nothing that I can think of, I guess. Just keep. Sorry, I'm like sweeping my floor. No, nope, nothing good. I'm good.
All right. Well, Mariana's just modest. Head over to the DAO and make sure to vote yes on the proposal for an independent auditor for the Decentraland DAO or the Regenesis Labs. And yeah, it's much needed. Good, great for transparency, which is something that everyone asks for. And I
And
mean,
on that, can I just jump in? And because I know people said, "Oh, I already voted." It's a three-stage process. So if you already voted, thank you. You probably voted on the first or second phase. This is the last. So if you already voted, we just need you to just slam that like button one more time.
yes, for this proposal, the third stage, we need 6 million voting
We
power.
sinful. We need the community.
We need a da community, and then Esteban. But
Star vote. We need star vote.
yes, yes, we need the star. But yeah, make sure to get in there. Make sure to vote. Oop, I almost I almost kicked Maki by accident. She was creeping on me. And let's see, let's pass it over to old guy for any final thoughts.
Just if anybody's interested in the museum and want to be a part of it, jump on in and put your stuff or reach out to me, however you want to do it. I am having another movie night. Had one the other night. It was pretty fun. It's not a high crazy party type thing, but it's fun. It's fun just to kind of sit there and chill and AFK and kind of watch a movie. And if you're interested, I'm having that on Wednesday in the grill, and then we might even have a movie night in the park here a few weeks from now. So, yeah, that's about all I got to say.
LFG. Nice, nice. And I think on Mondays you've been, or at least last week you tried streaming CK's Twitch stream in World, correct?
Yeah, so there has been a build built for CK. They are moving, I believe, this week. So there is. I'm not sure anything will happen for the next few days, maybe even weeks. But soon you will see something on the event board for that. Yep.
Nice, nice, old guy. Thank you, thank you. Um, And yeah, so like old guy mentioned, if you would like to be part of the museum, speak with old guy, share some of your old builds or anything that you feel like is worth remembering on Decentraland. We need to preserve history. Uh, so yeah, and let's see. I'm just looking. Oops, I just noticed I am in camera mode. Uh, do we have a new user, Apatow, or is that a friend with with a new name?
It's hard to say. I don't know. Um,
Well, if you are new friend, make sure to collect that OP badge. It's in the cave, under the La Cantina over here. Here, I'm running to it. Jim is protecting the POAP or the OAP.
Apata said something in the CBD chat. Yeah, collect hopes and then opes. And so like, what about and all credit goes to Apata, but like hopes and opes. That can be like a tagline. Oh, it's somebody you already know. Oh, darn it. You already collect. Okay, Apata, I'm gonna think. Does your name backwards, Sandy? Watapa. Nope, not that's not a. I
Sounds
want
like
a
a
new name.
Hispanic food.
Millions. Okay, so somebody with a new name. Oh, all right.
Gonna take a
Oh,
lot of detective work.
Vita says, "What's the claim code? No claim code, because you gotta go through the API in World. That's weird. You can't collect it. All right. I don't think you can collect it if you're not here.
Let's let me take a look in the community, like here. Okay, so like for me it says already claimed, but like yeah, I guess you can claim it through the website, but maybe let me try to get into a new account here, a different account that hasn't claimed it.
Yeah, let's see. Sometimes it tells you it's an error and then you actually did claim it, but it doesn't show. I had 29 holders. I still got 29 holders. That's weird. Because it's worked
20,
for everybody else.
29. I thought I saw 30. Oh, no, maybe I am bad at numbers. Oh, what's going on here? Ah, I forget. Never mind. I was gonna try to test, but I have to sign up and all that, and no one got time for that.
To test what?
To see if we can claim it from inside the website.
Okay, I'll have to look because I believe my thought, I could be wrong, but it's because I went through the API that this is the only way to get it. But I will research Vita and find out. The claim is like 9 more hours, so there's a little bit of time. I don't know why it wouldn't be working though. That's I wonder sometimes also like if people are using VPNs, maybe that might not be. And Rustan gave a thumbs down, so
Oh. Alrighty. Well, let's finish up here. Let's see. DJ Los Cats. It starts in 8 minutes. Let me pull it up. It starts in 8 minutes. Then we have ABC Decentraland tours. It starts in 3 hours. The Meta Tribe Plaza. Neighborhood party hosted by Crypto Minotaur and Meta Wolf starts in 5 hours. So we definitely do have a good lineup, and then after that, in 6 hours, we have Metaverse After Hours with Austin Descheny. Tomorrow, Sunday, we kick off the day with our Helvidia crew, with the introducing Helvidia Hub and Pixel Business Community Talk. And let's take a look. Ooh, do we have a new event here? Is this a Mary Shark event? Yes, I see an Ola DCL event happening in 23 hours. We have Lazy Sponge Sundays with Toxic Waifu and Mean Green Doge. Let's see, moving into Mondays, it looks like there's going to be a community meetup with Kazno Kai. We have on Mondays going live on Monday as well, and we have MoFi on Mondays, followed by Beyond the NFT. And then on Tuesday at noon Eastern, we have the absolute basics of the absolute basics of building in Decentraland. And then Toxic Tuesdays. Oh, wait. We have something new here. We got a Woody's party. Woody's back in Decentraland party on Tuesday as well. And then Toxic Tuesdays after. So, yeah, it looks like we have a hell of a lineup going through the weekend and into the first 2 painful days of the week. Alrighty. So I guess with that said, we're just gonna close down here. Unless you have any thoughts, Canessa, anything you'd like to add?
Nope, I think that's it. Come to the Woody's party. The Woody's floor for those NFTs is like $10, and it gives you the linked wearables, so you can actually wear that at the party. So it's going to be kind of cool to see that. I think it'd be great to get other linked wearables in Decentraland. So let's just show up and show them your Woody, I guess. And with that, I'll stop talking.
All right. Good night, everyone, or good day, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We are out. Let's see. Week 180 in the books.